everybody, Trick Retro here, and we're gonna build a PC for the first time today. So, starting off, keyboards out here, we need that. Here's the graphics card, GPU. Open it up, see what we got here. Kind of went through a little bit last night, check stuff out, make sure everything's alright, but here is our ASRock processing Phantom gaming card, GPU. And it's called, because well, it ain't got all the information on this thing. Yes, an ASRock AMD Radeon RX 7900 XT Phantom gaming card. It's 20 gigabytes. So, the storage already on it, so we'll be putting that in towards the end. For now, stick it to the side, leave it in the box. You don't need that. Alright, so here is my solid state drive. I got heatsink covers coming from it because I did not realize it did not have a heatsink built on it. But I did do research. As long as you got good cooling fans and stuff in there, it should be alright, but until I get my heatsink in. But it's a 1 terabyte solid state drive, up to 14,700 megabytes a second read speed. So it's a SAM 9100 Pro. And a little booger. And that's pretty much it. And then once I get that piece, it'll sit on top. But this is supposed to be some type of heatsink paper, so it should get it by. I'm gonna have 12 fans in the system. I think 4 exhausting and then the rest pulling air in. So we should be good on that part. So we'll just stick that to the side. And here's the big boys that cost a lot, our RAM. I got Corsair. They're a pretty good brand. I got some headphones from them and then my keyboards from them. Someone just kind of did a Corsair beer with AMD. Kind of excited. I never had my gaming PC. Never thought I'd own one. Never thought I could even put one together, but here I am. 40 years old, put together. But here's our RAM, our DDR4. We'll be installing to help system process and run it. So we'll get to that in a minute. Alright. Here's the Logitech 502 Lightspeed wireless gaming mouse. It's pretty cool. Magnets came with it. I think I've opened up a video for that the other day, but my thermal paste, I just stuck it in here. But it's just the mouse. The weight that goes on the bottom makes it weight, the 4 grams in there. Then you pull this off and there's the other 2 grams. It's a pretty cool little remote. I never had nothing like this, so this is all new and exciting for me. Alright. And then the motherboard is what we need. I got the B5550M ARUS Elite AX compatible with Ryzen. It's supposed to be a pretty good board. Alright. Got a Wi-Fi extender. We'll be plugging that in later. Well, I'm gonna have to watch videos as I go, so I'll be pausing this, but y'all probably won't realize it, but you might see pause and I might be in a different position. That's because I stopped, watched the video on what I need to do next, and then I did it, but I might end up just video record while I watch, because I gotta learn just like y'all. Alright, so it comes with some instruction manuals. I did look at these last night when all my stuff came in. It's all in Japanese, so I don't know what it's saying or what it wants to say, but we'll figure that out in a little bit. Then it comes with these wires. Not sure what they are yet, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna need them, and I'll show them what to do with them. Stick that there, and then it comes with an ARUS sticker, or how you pronounce that name. I'm still learning. I'm new to the computer world, but I guess you put that on your case once you get it all together. So we're gonna just stick all this back in here for now. Shouldn't need none of this. Alright, so now, some other videos I watch, you say just pull your motherboard out and stick that bad boy on the box. And this is what it looks like. See, I went ahead and put my CPU chip in. That was very sensitive, so I just went in and did it last night. Put it right there. Once we get to that process, we'll put this heat thermal paste a little bit on here and hook up the water cooler to it. So I'm ready for that. It's gonna be pretty awesome, exciting. In fact, let me just stick it on this static resistant. You don't want no static, so be somewhere where you don't have no static to bother you at all, because you don't want it. Alright, so I bought this DC360 Pro ARGB display, high performance AIO CPU cooler. I don't really know different on the brands. It looks cool. It's got a computer screen on the front where you can put GIFs or little pictures. So Ninja Turtle, Dragon Ball Z, whatever you want, put what you want on it for your heart content. So let's just take this out of the box real quick. We'll set all our extra goodies to the side. All right, let's see. Pull him out. Pull him out. Ooh, that's what it looks like. All right, we'll just stick that to the side for now. Really don't need that. Got a little box of goodies here. And this is the main water cooler. This is what's going to keep that CPU cool and everything else. So it's pretty cool. There's my fan, my computer thing that goes to it. That's what sits on the CPU, which is this. And then once we get it all done, it'll end up mounting like a so. Or we'll figure it out. It's got different brackets, but it's going to mount to that. And we'll get to that point in a little bit. Alright, so that's that part of it. Let's see what this other side is. This is just the rest of it. Nothing too fancy. It's got lights that will light up under it. They're going to exhaust the air out the system. They got fans on the bottom, going to pull up. Some's going to pull in and one's going to pull out. So we're going to have 4 air pushing air out and the other one's pulling air in. The 8 of them pulling air in. So it's good to have more positive pressure, I heard, than the negative. So we'll put this to the side for now. Oh. I apologize. I ain't got a tripod. I apologize. We had an accident, but hey, that's part of being a streamer and getting used to streaming. Alright, so now what we got. Sit down a little bit. I'm tired. I've been at work today. Finished up the job run, so they would come home and work on this. Alright, PC building for the rest of the day. So what we got here is a Monitech power block. One of the most important things, which powers everything. They say 8 feet is the minimum, so that's what I got. But apparently, I bought the gold standard, 80 plus gold. They got a platinum by Cybernetics, and it's got a 10-year warranty on this thing. So this is what's gonna actually power everything up. So it comes with a little book, shows all the connectors and everything for it. And then stick that with that stuff so we don't lose it. No, we don't lose nothing. All the cords for it. The motherboard back here, we're gonna be working on that. Here's a baggie. They got more cords that feel like, so we'll put that to the side. And here's the thing that's gonna power it all. And it's pretty cool. It's not really black. It's gray. So that's cool. And so you mount it like that. You want the fan blowing out. I guess it blows in or it blows out or it blows it out the back. But yep, this will be your on and off. Zero fan, smart zero fan, on and off. So we'll read up on that in a little bit. So here, let's just take them out the plastic because it's got to go into the casing. So that's what it is, a nice, pretty monitor block, Century 2 monitor block. Alright, well now we'll just stick this all to the side. We got a good bit of stuff here to play with today. Good little bit of stuff. Alright, that's the cords for that. The cords there. And now that's the thermal paste, that's the cord for that. Alright, so let's just kind of Drop this stuff to the side. Now for the main attraction, was everything's gonna go in. Alright, I did open this last night, readjusted some fans, but it did take time consuming, so I did take that time by doing that last night. So I stuck it back in here, and I wanted to do this video of me opening up and building a PC. So here we go. There's a pretty old case. Down there. And here she is. The main thing I like. So we're gonna have fans at the bottom here. Got fans at the bottom, so we can pull an air in the bottom. We got a screen mesh like this at the bottom. So it helps filter the air. So you ain't gotta worry about, a lot of dirt getting in there. These are gonna pull, these over here are gonna pull air in the system. And then I got a fan here that's pulling out. And then once I put my cooler up top, it should pull out. So we have three up top pulling out, one this way, three at the bottom pulling in, 5 on the side. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. All right, so let's just get the motherboard built and then we'll do the rest of this. We'll do this in a minute, so let's stick it to the side. All right, so now we got to get the motherboard together. So since I already put the CPU in, that's one of the most important things. Get the CPU in. Huh, this little thing being aggravating, little sticker. There you go. There it goes. All right, so since I got the CPU in this board already, right here, we're gonna go ahead and put in our sticks of memory and storage. So first, I gotta go get a screwdriver where we ain't got that right yet. We'll start with the RAM. Put the random access memory in. And the way I was told to get the best performance, you really don't want to fill all your slots up. You've got 4, 2's the best, 32's the minimum, it's gonna be the great. Some people use 16, but it's not so good, I heard. So you want to at least get 32 minimum and only need 2 sticks. So if you want them to be faster, more than 32, just get more sticks with memory on each one. That way you'll boost it up. Don't buy 4. Because from all the videos I watched, it slows stuff down. I actually seen people have issues with it. And on the board, it will tell you what the numbers are. So the very first one right here, right here is 1. Then it shows that's 2, 3, and 4. So we want to hit 2 and 4. It gives 2 different banks and it gets the best performance, they say, out of them. So you push these little tabs back. They pop right back. And then you line up where the notch is. If the notch don't line up with your card, see the notch? They got little notches in here. So if it don't line up, it's not going in. And if you don't get a DDR4 with a DDR4 stuff, it won't match up because they got DDR5, DDR4. I don't know the difference in them yet, but I just know you got to push down. Boom. Push till you hear the click. You can be a little rough with them. All right, we got number 2 installed. Now we're going to install number 4. You can get some with flashing lights and all that, but this is my first PC build, so I was kind of on a budget. I try not to go cheap, but I try to buy what I could afford. So I didn't get the ones with the flashy RGBs, but I got enough RGBs on my fans. And then I got that screen that's going to light up. So I believe we're going to be good on that part. So we'll save all this because you never know, might upgrade, come around, might want to sell this stuff later. So save all your stuff, I've always been told. All right. Now for the Samsung solid state drive. I'm going to pause the video or take a quick break. I guess I can edit this out, but you won't never know because I haven't fixed. But all right, I'll be right back. Alrighty, I apologize about that. Should have had this prepared. So I gotta have a precision screwdriver kit. So alright, so now we're gonna put in the solid state drive. There's a slot one, the top one's where you want to go. I ain't got the 2 spots for them. So you want to hit the top one first. It's going to get your best performance. Oh, that's pretty cool. Magnetic for me. I didn't ever know that. Which I've never really used it. And these can only go in one way as well. Got to find out where your little line is. It's right there. Yeah, see it flaps up. I guess you can see it. Flappy. I'm gonna basically get better streaming and all this stuff, videos. But until then, this is all I got. My phone. So I hope y'all can see what's going on. If you want magnetic screwdrivers, because you want to be able to hold this stuff. And just snug it up. Nothing too hard, nothing too crazy. So this is what we got going on. We got our RAM in, we got a memory in. So we're good. And I'm gonna get another memory card this weekend and put in here. And then I've got my heat sinks coming for this one. The coolers you can buy for them aftermarket too. All right, we got a good bit done. That is awesome. So I think that's about all the plug and play you can do. I think now I got to mount this in my box. This is where I'm gonna pause it, go watch this video, see what the next step is, and I'll be back in a minute. All right, I'm back. So the next step is, let's get this open. We got to install the motherboard. So this right here just pops off, it's magnetic. Then you slide it up. It's got film on it, so I don't recommend taking it off until after you got this thing done. Here's our screw box. I believe we got all our screws and little manuals that we'll need. It should talk about the tower and all that good stuff. So we'll watch an expert show me how to put these stuff together. So that's what we're gonna do. And then the back's the same way. This way you had all your cables. You do cable management, make it look pretty. Put that to the side. The blocks you sit here, you got all these wires going. So what we're gonna do first, we're just gonna lay this booger to the side. Cause we gotta get our board in the unit. So now we're gonna stick our motherboard in. Stick the motherboard in the system. Should fit right up in there. We just take your time. We're not in no hurry. Make sure the screw holes all line up, which they are. And put every screw in. I've seen videos where people kind of skip it because they get majority screw. Let's not be lazy like they said in the videos I watched. Let's just put the screws in and make sure it's done right. If they give you a screw, use it. Because you know why? The other reason. Alright. So now I got me a better screwdriver. It's magnetic. And it'll hold on to my screws better. Alright, so what we're going to do is, hold on, let me get my phone. So here we go. We're going to screw this screw down. Just nice and snug. And then crisscross your corners, they say. Try not to move my phone too much. Trying to hold my phone with one hand and put screws in here. No, so here's my other screw right there. And then we just screw it down. Just screw it down. Trick Retro's first PC build. Hopefully this won't be my last and I can afford to do more of these. Let's see if I just put him right there. Go ahead and stick him there. Well, oh, they got different heads. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep using what I've been using. That was a different head, so I don't want to do that. Yeah, these look a little better like these. All right, my bad. I'm bad. I see I'm getting off. We don't want to do that. All right, yeah. we're holding him down pretty good. Just checking him out now. Just got to get right back there and put one in. But we're getting there. That's why it's good to have a magnetic screwdriver, because these screws are tiny. And you're getting into some tight little areas. And it would be so hard. It would be so hard to do this without a magnetic screwdriver. Alright, so all that's done pretty much. So let's just turn the phone back around towards us. Alright, so we got that much done. So once I do that, let me see what the next. Oh, I missed the screw spot. My bad. Because on my board, it looked like little umbrellas, metal umbrellas almost, like a star. And that's where you put all your screws. Because they all perfectly line up. It's crazy how they do this, but it works, and we're going to go with it. Alright, alright. Alright. All screws in. I'm just looking. Oh, I'm missing one. I knew it. That's why you gotta just take your time. We're not in no hurry. Just take our time and look it over. Look it on over, look it on over. Oh, is that not a screw holder? Huh, I might need are there longer screws? Oh yeah, they are. There's so many thousands of different types of little screws in here. Maybe I need one of these bigger ones. Reach further, it looks like it's further down. What it probably should be. Alright, so that is nice and secured. And I just keep finding more and more of these things. It's alright, we're gonna get all the screws. Apparently, the heads are a little different, but all the screws are fitting like a champ in here. And just snug them up. No over tight and cranking down, because you don't want to bust your board up. Yeah, I think we're good. Yep. Everything I can see that looked like a screw spot is screwed down. Alright. We did it. We did it. We got the motherboard in. Alright, so now let's pause again and take a break so I can see what's the next step, so I'll make sure I do this right. Alright, I'm back again. I'm glad y'all patient with me. I hope you're still here. If you are, like, subscribe, follow, share the video. Hopefully it'll help you out. Like I said, this is just an adventure for me. It's something fun. The next step, he says, the guy I'm watching is, we gotta put in the cooling fan. So we got to get the cooling fan in. And I don't think this comes out. No, that's all permanently attached. Yeah. Yep, they're screwed it out. So we ain't got to worry about that right now. So alright, we're going to clean up on this here. We got that part of the system done. So this box to the side. You get a lot of boxes, I can tell you that. And then that's the towel case box. Boom, put that to the side. Alright, let's see what's in here. What was all this for? DSDC series. Oh, yep, that's my mounting brackets. Okay. Let me get a few cards of it. These are your mounting brackets for your cooler. I hope I ain't just mess up putting the board in, and I need to do this first. I might have, but it's alright, we're learning. That's why we're gonna go back and fix it. So let's see how we mount these brackets. AM4, AM5, so I'm going to need this bracket. Alright, yep, I got to take the motherboard back out. It's a good thing we didn't get too far along. Because I got to mount this bracket on the back. I should have done that first. I've been watching a bunch of these videos, so I was just trying to play it by ear, by my memory. But I see that kind of bit us in the butt. Come here, you. Come here, you. Uno. That's no big deal. I can fix this. It's learning. We're learning. We're learning together. Like the blood of box of chocolates. Maybe I'll look to see what screws I should be properly using, because I'm just putting them in there. They're all the same thread pattern. Some's a little longer, some's a little smaller. So let me see. We'll get this off. And it's best to have a little tray for all this. That's just one thing I did do, so I heard them say, and I didn't do that, because it makes it easy to keep up with everything, the screws and all that. But we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. I can pick that up. No big deal. Things happen. We don't stress it. We just keep on moving. Just keep on moving. All right. Well, that was fun. Now let's take them back out. Alrighty. So now this thing. So let's see. I guess I'm not sure. Not really sure at the moment. Got the point. Look like it goes there. And yeah. Yeah, that's showing the back side of the board coming through. And then you put that on. See, that's what I gotta learn. This is our learning curve here. Here comes the screws for it. So now it's saying that this is for the LG bracket. We ain't got an LG, so we don't need that at all. We just need this bracket right here. And it's showing it. Just to do it like that. Not sure, not sure. Think I'm having to take this other thing back off real quick. Thought we had the motherboard ready, but apparently we're learning here. Once I figure it out, I'll come back. I don't want y'all just sitting here watching me try to figure this part. Once I get it figured out, I'll come right back. Alright, I got it figured out. Could have left the motherboard in here. So what we got to do, I'll show you. Got to screw the motherboard back off, but when I get done, I just got to take this bracket off, take this bracket off, and there's a plate behind it. But so that's why this got to be in here, if not the plate falls. And then I had to switch these out. This was originally on it. It's not big enough, so you got this one that fits. So now once I get this the motherboard mounted back in here, I need to mount this. And once I mount this, I can put this on the front. And then I can take these off, and then that bracket will screw to the plate that these are hooked to. So here we go. So hopefully that makes sense, and that's what we're about to do. So now we're about to get this bad boy back in there. So let's see, let me check all my screws out. So I got a bunch of screws. Bunch of screws. See, that one ain't got no washer. That one ain't got no washer. That one ain't got a washer. But some of them got washers built. Some of them are squared heads. So I'm not sure really why. But not like that. Just don't know. But this is part of being organized, taking our time. We're gonna do it right. Why? Because we want it to work right the first time. We don't want to be screwed up. And that's why they say take your time and have a day planned for this. And luckily I was able to get off work early. Finished up my jobs. And this is relaxing too. The work ain't. I like work, but it's not relaxing. Doing stuff like this relaxes me. And it's just fun. Well, it's a computer world nowadays. Why not learn how to build one? And then game on it and stream on it and school work for your kids and work for your wife if she needs it. Alright. Got them all separated. So I'm trying to think. I'm just going to use all the ones I can. It's got the like built-in washers. They just probably look a little cleaner. And it look like it might grab this a little better. Alright, yeah, them seem like they go in a little better too, so probably what we needed to use the whole time. And I think just growing up, looking at circuitry boards and stuff, you normally see them with like built-in washers. Just gives that other extra security, I guess. Knowing you got them. Yeah, they seem like they're going in a little better too. So yeah, if you're doing this, you see the little screws look like built-in washers, just use them to put the motherboard in. Hold it all down. They seem like they go better because you have some like these that ain't got the washers built into it. They're just normal little screw heads. I think that's probably what holds on my fans. And these hit the little metal pieces around the screw holes, and I guess that helps kind of ground it and secured it. Something probably to it. I don't build the boards. I'm just putting them together. So it really ain't hard, man. It's just a plug and play from what I was watching. And if you're any kind of mechanically inclined and put stuff together, you can do this. We all can do this. Alright, now I'm going to jump up to these big boys. Oh, they might reach down there. Let me try these again for the bottom, because they look like it's a little more gapped at the bottom for some reason. I'm not sure. But, my magnet ain't doing too good, huh? Not really doing too good for my magnet screw. Driver. Alright. Nope, that is not gonna work. Them are way too small. So yeah, I gotta get these little bit bigger ones, look like almost quarter heads before I fill up what I put in there earlier. Yep, that's what you gotta have. They grab pretty good. You gotta grab pretty good, see? The little hex heads. Well, it was just two of them. Alright, so that's it. I got my motherboard back in here. We got it screwed off. So now, let's get this fan mounted. That's the next thing that was on the list. So we'll just put that here. We'll go ahead and do these wires. Wire them into the back. Go ahead and stick them through the back. Not wire them in, but stick them in. We'll do all the wiring later at the very end. That's what I gotta really sit down and watch, see where I plug it all in. Because you gotta make sure you plug everything right. If not, nothing's gonna work. And then, you know, be aggravated. But I'm praying that all that part goes good. Not to bend your wires. See, that was all folded up already. So that's fine though. We might have to just lay this in here to keep it to the side because you don't really want to be smashing your motherboard. There we go. There we go. Alright, so now we just need to turn him up and get our screw holes to line up top here. Well, there's one, so let me get these. Let's use these regular ones without any washers. They look like that's what the rest of these fans are held with. Yep. which they already come from the factory and the fans. That's why I bought this, because it came with fans. I have to buy more. Only $85 for a case and it comes with fans. You can't really beat that. You know what? I'm not going to use them. I think I'm going to use the big ones because it looks like it just is too small, really, to hold. Let's use the big ones. They just look more secure to me. So, get your butt back over here. It's tight, but we're gonna make it work. Got it tight, got it right. Alright, so we got to get the screw up top. Oh, yeah, I like it grab that metal a little bit better. Look, now I can let it go. Now I just gotta get everything adjusted. And like I said, I always alternate. So I started on that side. I want to go to this side and snug them on up. Alright, well, that worked out pretty good. Ladies and gentlemen, it worked out pretty good. I ain't complaining. Alright, well, I used all them up, so now I'll just go to the second best thing, the ones with the washers. Why not? Why not? Go with the one with the washers. I'll grab a little more meat. Well, now I know why. Because they're too small for that hole. Well, these look a little fatter. Ones without the washers, so that might grab better. Yep. Alright, so now I figured it out. The ones without the washers grab better. They're a little bit fatter than the ones with the washer, but they're not as big as the hex head shapes. But that's fine. We got this. We got this, crew. We're getting there. We done got the motherboard in, the CPU in, the RAM in, the SSD in, and now we're putting in the cooler. It's actually running on pretty good. They video said if you ain't never done it, it'll take all day. So far building it ain't. But we ain't never cut it on and gave it power yet, so we don't know what it's gonna really be at the end. We'll figure it out. Yeah, and there's my cord, so I'll go ahead and pull that out. We'll get all this wiring cleaned up in a little bit. Oh, no, I don't want him. I want him. And I just got 2 more screws to put in. It's the one, like I said, this is not a bad little project. Pretty fun, pretty fun. Good time to spend with your kids. You know, while all that, if y'all into computers. Good way just to spend some time with one another. Maybe this one I'll grab it. I'm already gonna think of it now to the other ones. Oh well. Maybe. Just maybe. Yep. So that's what it is. They give you just enough to put these on top. The 2 screws for the bottom of that board are the big hex heads. And then you put 4 of them hex heads on the outside. And then the rest of these little ones without the washer goes on the inside, and that's it. I have no more of them. So that's probably perfect. Alright. So now let's lay this back down. Now here comes the cool part. One of the cool parts. We're gonna mount this. I gotta put on my thermal paste. Gotta be very careful. When you don't use much thermal paste, they put 1, 2, 3 dots. I seen one guy put like a dot smiley face. Some people put like a thin X, or just put a dot and then they'll spread it on the card. But mainly, if you just put a light coat of it on there and let it squeeze, you do not want to get it outside that top of that CPU, that metal part of it. When you put your thermal paste on, you only want to put a little bit right here, here, and here. Maybe a dot there, and then when you push down, it's going to squeeze it out because you do not want to get it on the outside of this at all, or on your board, because it can fry and mess stuff up. And we don't want that because this stuff ain't cheap. Even though you're buying on a budget, it still costs. And apparently, since I'm getting into it, I'm learning that the computer industry is proud of their RAM drives. and they're solid state drives. So, yeah. Man, this ain't gonna be awesome. Alright, so let's take these screws out. So what I'm about to do now is take the screws out of the box here. Matter of fact, I'll just stand this up. There we go. Alright, let's see something. Let's see if I can readjust this all. But since I got that done, I can put this back on top. It should fit right on top. Right in the little groove. Air filtered. Doing good. Read your Bible, by the way. Good Lord blesses with us with good brains to operate new things. So let's use our brains and worship our Father and our Lord and Savior, Yahushua and Yahweh. In America, we call them Yahweh and Jesus, but Yahuwah and Yahushua is their name. In Aramaic, Jewish, the language they spoke, that's what they were called by. Just a little knowledge on our Father. All right, so what we're doing now, we're about to take all this out. We're going to take him. And just hold your hands under here. And take a him. Once you get done, you should just drop your screw. No, you don't want to drop screws. You don't really want to drop the screws. All right. So there's the bottom bracket out. Now we're going to take out the top. This is where the heat is from. You really don't gotta have a lot of thermal paste. I just want y'all to know that. A little bit goes a long way. I do HVAC work and we do it out there on some field and some of the stuff. A little bit goes a long way, just so you know. Let's see my box here real quick. See how this thing mounts. Computer screen's gonna be there. So that's it. Alright. There we go. Oh yeah. Alright, so now let me get my stuff. They sent me some thermal paste. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. I went and bought some from a computer store. Local. Shop local if you can. Support your people. Support your people. The local people. Put that back in here. Put all this back in here. These are instructions for the GPU fan cooler. Put that back in there. Instructions, keep everything separated. And that's what came in the box. That came in that box. So let's put you here. That goes there. I'll put that all back in the box. Here we go. Operation time. Operation time. If I can get this thing open. Dang, man. It won't come. See? This little syringe. Just gonna squeeze that off. And then we just wanna lightly just put some. We don't, we have to just smear it. Smear that stuff on it thick. I've seen them with a plastic thing, but I don't have the plastic thing, so I'll just use my phalanges, my fingers, to do this. So why not? Just as safe, ain't it? At least I can feel where I'm going to my edges. Yeah, that should be good. And see, that's about all you need. And I'm just going to make sure there ain't nothing else in there on the side. Just go around the bottom. You see, a little bit goes a long way. You don't want to squeeze this crap and go crazy with it. Alright. So now, these things got tension screws. So you just line them up. Uh-oh. I didn't know that was going to fall off. If I knew that, I would have never. Yeah, this thing. Didn't know it was like that. So I took the long way around to do all this. You know that? You know what? I might just
lay this back down and do it. Whew, this is gonna be tricky. Now I found the tricky part of this whole build up. You know what? I'm just gonna do it like this one now. If I gotta lay this thing sideways and get this stuff up in here mounted. That joke will just stay. I don't know why I just don't want to stay. I wish it had a sticky side to it. I don't want to take that off. That protects it, I guess, from being on the back side of Sally's ass. Alright. This is what I'm gonna do. I got that trick for it. Just hang it off the table, so then we can just set him up there, like so. Some damn gum wire things. Alright, we got one, ladies and gentlemen. We got two. We got three. We got four. I think. Yeah, alright, tighten them down now. We'll tighten them a little bit at a time. Ooh, that was a challenge. That could use some help. I'm gonna be honest with you, we could use some help on that. But hey, we're all learning, we're all growing, we're all going. And there it is. My water cooler is installed. Just tighten until they snug up. That way you got even amount of your thermal paste. Alright. Put this cap back on. Oh, that's for this one, sorry. Got two things of thermal paste now. I don't know if that one's good. You know, sometimes they send stuff from factory with it. It might not be as good with if you go buy aftermarket. So, we'll learn that. And that went with that, I believe. But I ain't worried about the system coming with their own thing. Man, we were about halfway done. You know what? Next, we're gonna have to start wiring this thing. So pretty much got it all done. That's all let's take. Yeah, I am. We're gonna have to start doing some wiring. What I'll do is push these over the top. Try to feed them through the back. Because, you know, we want to try to make it look somewhat pretty. The wire. Ugh. Come on, you aggravating booker. Definitely don't want to play right. You don't want to play right with me. There we go. Here's that one. So that kind of tucks away. All right. And that's our LED lights for the RGB. We got a lot of stuff to hook up still when it comes to that. There we go. And then we're good. Alright, there we go. That was fun. Motherboard just sits right there. Oh, shoot, I didn't want to do that though. They're tucked under there. Hold on, let me see something. There we go. That looks better. Safe. Alright, I feel safe better about that. I feel better about that. Alright. So I'm gonna take a pause, watch some more about what's my next step about wiring this up and putting in the monoblock. And I'll get back with you in a few.